have no idea if I'm in frame, but hopefully I am. Today we have a story time. So as a heads up, I'm still gonna give her being sick, so my voice sounds really weird, but background story to this story time. So New Year's rolls around a few days ago, and so, you know, me being a 21-year-old, had a little too much to drink, and decided, let me tell everyone some of my craziest stories. And then I was like, you know what, like, I just told all you guys these stories, but like, let's post this on YouTube for the entire internet to hear about. For everyone's like freaked out by the title, just stay tuned. I swear I'm not a murderer. So throwback to my freshman year of college, like 2 years ago. So I was like 19 at the time, and I'm hanging out with my friend, and like she had just decided she was transferring to the school that I'm going to. So like we're really excited, we're hanging out, and then she tells me like there's this guy she's talking to, and she wants to know if I could like pick him up from work, because like I drove at the time and she didn't drive. So she wants to know if I could pick him up from work and like we could all hang out. So I'm like, yeah, sure, sounds good. So we ended up like going to Chick-fil-A or something. I don't even remember those details exactly. But go to Chick-fil-A, we're hanging out. Around where I live, like not even necessarily where I live, it just is like somewhere that I used to go back then. There's like this river, so we just call it like the river, and like everyone just goes and hangs out there. So like we went to the river with this kid, like we're hanging out, and then like my friend's talking about like inviting her boyfriend, and I was like, wait, like, but the guy that you just brought here, like you're talking to him, like what do you mean boyfriend, like whatever. That was a whole different mess. And so like it was just like a really weird like start to this whole situation. And so the kid like hadn't really talked much. Now keep in mind, I'm 19, I guess my friend was 19 too, and he's like 22, like 21, 22, somewhere in there. And so like, I don't know, just, he should be a little bit more mature than us, you would think. But he's like really quiet, not saying much. And like the first time he like really talks, he's like, oh, like my dad's here, bye, and just like walks away. So we're like, all right, whatever. So like me and my friend, like we're still hanging out. The guy I was dating at the time was there, like his cousin was there, like we were all just like hanging out, just like having a good time, whatever. And next thing you know, like this car pulls up, and it's two women. Like one was probably like in her 40s, I'll say, and the other one was like significantly younger. And we're like, all right, like that's weird. And they're yelling like, oh, like have you seen like whatever? Like I couldn't even tell you what this guy's name is. Like I think I know it, but just in case I'm right, like, cause I don't know if I'm right or not, we're gonna change his name to like Tim. Yeah, we'll change it to Tim. Although I think I use that in one of my other story times. But so they're like, have you seen Tim? Like where's Tim? And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then my friend's like, oh, like that's the guy we were just hanging out with. And I was like, wait, like, so they're looking for this kid that said, oh, his dad picked him up. So I say to them like, oh, like, so his dad picked him up. Like he told us like his dad was there, his dad picked him up, he left a while ago. And like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? So like they were like freaking out, but like they weren't rude. Like they were just like freaking out because like they couldn't find, turns out it was his mom and like his aunt or something like that. So they freaked out because they can't find like her son. So like, yes, be freaked out, fine, whatever. But they were polite. So I'm now freaked out. I'm like, wait, we need to find this kid. So I hop in my truck, and we drove around the block, because like right around like the river there's like this little like, I don't know, it's just like, it's houses and places, yeah. So we drive around, we can't find this kid anywhere, so we pull back in, and I pull into a spot, and next thing I know, it's like there are 3 cars that now have blocked my truck in. And I'm like, what is happening? Like what just happened? And then this big guy, had to be like 40s, 50s probably, but like big guy, like he is probably over 6 foot. So this big ass guy is like this close to my face, and I'm like, all right, like back off, dude. But like I didn't say that, because something in me, like when this guy got this close to my face, like something in me was like, don't react. So I didn't react. I stood there. He is this close, screaming in my face, saying, you killed my son. I'm gonna throw you in the effing river. Like, I'm gonna kill you just like you killed my son. I'm gonna hunt down like your entire family. I'm gonna kill like your parents, your brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts. And I was like, I remember looking at him and saying, good luck, I got a big family. I don't know if I wanted to die. Like, I don't know why I said that, but I looked at him and said, good luck, I have a big family. Low key, like, throw me in the river, please, I dare you. And so at this time, the guy I was dating, I guess he was still there, but he didn't see this whole thing happen. So I think his dad's friends happened to be there too. So he's talking to them like, yo, did you see where this kid went? Meanwhile, this big dude is like in my face saying, I'm going to kill you. And he's like screaming at me, saying like, I'm going to throw you in the river, like, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, I remember looking at him saying, good luck. Like, because I knew, because at this point, someone else had said, oh, the cops are on their way. Because, so this kid says, oh, my dad's here, bye. And just walks away. And like, okay, bye. Like, we're not friends. Like, you're friends with my friend, whatever. And, so his dad was like, freaking out, screaming in my face. He's like, yeah, the cops are on their way. They're gonna arrest you and your friend for killing my son. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, what do you mean? No one killed your son? Like, I was like, you're the dad? He's like, yeah, I'm his dad. Who do you think I was? And I was like, I don't know, but he told us that he went with his dad. Like, do you want help finding him or not? Because we're the last ones to see him. And so he's like still freaking out, and he keeps saying, I'm gonna throw you in the river, I'm gonna kill you. And I just like keep looking at him like, I'm like not reacting. And I was like, go ahead. You won't, go ahead. Cause like, I'm 19 years old at the time. Like, why is a 50-year-old man gonna throw me in the river with tons of people still at the river? Like, if you throw me in the river, like, I might end up coming out with like a third arm or something, but like, you're gonna be going in jail. So I didn't care. I was like, whatever, I know how to swim, I'll be fine. No, like, if this happened today, this is not how it would go at all. So as he's screaming in my face, he then decides he's just gonna open up the door to my truck and starts like rummaging through everything. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, get out of my truck, get out of my truck. And he pulls out my friend's wallet, like completely like looks past my purse. Because my purse is like sitting on the driver's seat. My friend's purse is sitting on the passenger seat. He didn't really need to look, like he just literally looked in, reached over to the passenger seat, opened up her purse, pulled out her school ID, and said, oh, now I know where you go to school. I'm gonna call your school and tell them like how they have like such horrible students. And then I was like, that was like my first red flag. I'm like, how did you know exactly where her school ID was? So like looking back at it, I'm like, all right, like the kid probably like texted his dad saying like, oh, like this is where like she's sitting in the passenger seat, like this girl I don't know is driving. So like, cause there's no way he would have known like, boy. And then he's like, oh, like whose truck is this anyway? I'm like, it's mine. And then he's like, oh, like you're the one that knew my son. I said, no, like, no. This, I pointed at my friend and said, she's the one that knows him. I just met him today. And he was like, oh, well then I need to be yelling at her, not you. I'm like, you shouldn't be yelling at anyone. Like, if you want to find your son, let's go find him. Like, let's not argue. Like, yeah, you're freaked out. But, like, your son's 21 years old, 22 years old. He knows how to get home. Like, he probably, like, at this point, I'm like, all right, like, he either Ubered, there was a bar nearby, like, maybe he went to the bar, like, took a bus, I don't know. So then, I don't even know how long this was all happening for, but then, like, the cops show up. The cops are, like, most of them were super nice, except for this one guy looks at me and goes, this is why I shouldn't meet people online. I said, I'm not the one you need to talk to. I have a boyfriend. Talk to my friend. Like, I was not meeting anyone online at this point in my life. So he goes, like, to talk to my friends, like, the cop now, this is the cop, is yelling at her saying, you shouldn't meet people online, like, now you're gonna go to jail for this. And I'm like, wait, why are we going to jail? And then, so one of the cops comes up to me and says, look, I know you're the friend that, like, is, like, friends with this girl, but, like, this isn't looking good. He's like, based on your story versus their story, I have faith that you did not kill this kid, but it looks really bad right now. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, also, I'm supposed to be home in, like, 30 minutes. Should I call my mom and let her know I'm gonna be late? And he's like, yes, please call your mom. So I'm like, at this point, it all hits me. Because, like, of course, it's like, this whole thing didn't feel real, but it's like, when someone says, oh, like, you need to call your mom or you need to call your dad, like, whatever, like, it all becomes real. So I'm, like, about to call my mom, telling her, like, because I had texted her already saying, like, oh, like, might be a little late. And she's like, oh, okay, like, hope you're having fun. And I'm like, no, I have to tell her the cops are here, like. So I call my mom, and that's when I start shaking and crying. I could not form words, and I said, come to the river now. And I hung up and sent her my location. I'm a piece of trash. I know I am. Like, I'm horrible. But I was 19. Like, this is not something I would do today. So I'm, like, freaking out. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, my mom's on her way. Then she texts me saying my dad's on his way, too. And, like, me and my dad don't talk. Like, we're not friends. Like, I mean, not that you need to be friends with your parents, but, like, I'm not that close with either of my parents, but I like to think I'm a little bit closer with my mom. Like, if I texted her saying, yo, like, I'm in jail, come bail me out, like, she would be there. Like, she'd be pissed, but she'd be there. But, like, my dad, like, I just wouldn't tell him. Like, I had no reason to tell him anything. I went to Delaware for Firefly and didn't tell him until, like, a month later. Like, I don't talk to him. But, so, my mom gets there, and, like, my dad, like, I don't even remember him being there specifically, but, like, I remember my mom was definitely there, and, like, she's talking to the guy. She looks at me, looks at my friend, and goes, she's like, I know you didn't murder him, but you guys are not friends after this. So, like, I'm devastated. I'm like, oh my god, like, this is my friend. But, like, in retrospect, like, I get why she said it. Like, I just got accused of murder because my friend convinced me to drive to Jersey to pick up this guy. Because, like, when I was 19, like, someone asked me to do something, yeah, I'll do it. But, so, like, they're also screaming at me. Like, so now, they now know, like, it's my friend that invited him. But now they're yelling at me, why'd you drive to Jersey? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? I'm like, I don't know, I was trying to be a good friend. Like, she wanted to see this guy, I had a license, I had a vehicle, fine, I'm there. Like, I didn't think that driving to Jersey, oh, side note, I live in Philadelphia. So, like, Jersey to Philadelphia is really not that far. So, like, I don't know, I just, like, didn't think anything of it. It was, like, it was a boring day, like, I guess it couldn't have been the summer, because I know I had school, like, 2 days later. So it's probably, like, April. So it's, like, a boring, like, April weekend day, like, whatever, didn't think anything of it. Like, she said, oh, you want to drive here to see this guy? Sure, I'll drive there. Like, you're giving me gas money, why not? Like, you're going to pay for the toll? Perfect. Like, whatever. But, yeah, so they're still screaming at this point, saying, you killed our son, you killed our son. And at this point now, it's been over an hour since this kid left. So now we're thinking, like, oh my god, like, did he die? Because, like, the neighborhood that, like, the river is at, like, it's not a bad neighborhood, but it's not the best. Or, like, it was dark, he could have fallen in the river, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. All of a sudden, someone gets a phone call, and they go, hello? Uh-huh. 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 Okay, bye. They hang up, and at this point, like, there have been 6 cars now that have pulled up, like, with family members, all saying, oh, like, we're gonna kill you, like, we're all gonna hunt down your entire family because you killed this guy, like, you killed him, like, so we're gonna kill your entire family. And I'm like, bro, I did not kill him, but, like, I hope he turns up, like, cause as much as, like, I might joke about, like, oh my god, like, kill me, like, no, please don't. They hang up. Someone, like, whispers to someone, like, and I'm like, what is happening? And now I'm, like, talking to the cops, like, with my mom, and I'm, like, telling them what happened the whole day, like, where we went, what we did. And then, like, all of a sudden I realize, like, they're all, like, slowly getting into their cars. And the mom says, she goes, he's home, bye! And they all leave. And I'm like, and I look at the time, too, because I'm like, wow, like, I did not need to call my parents. Because, like, if I had known, like, this kid was going to show up, like, I could have just said, oh, I'm going to be 20 minutes late, and I still would have been home, like, I would have been home, like, almost on time. So I'm like, great, so now I'm going to get grounded because your kid, turns out, got on the bus and went home, but his phone died before he got to the bus. So his last text said, I'm leaving now. Yep. And so we're still there at the cops, and so I apologize, because I'm, like, freaked out at this point. I look at the cop that was, like, being nice to me, and I say, look, I'm so sorry that, like, we wasted your time with this. Just know, from me, this will never happen again. I learned my lesson. And the cop said, you have no reason to be apologizing. He's like, from the stories that I've gathered from everyone I've talked to, you were just trying to, like, hang out with your friends and have a good time. He was like, what happened? You didn't know, like, he was part of a crazy family that wanted to kill you. Like, you had no idea. So, like, it's not your fault, but I do, like, appreciate you trying to apologize. I really hope nothing like this ever happens to you again. I'm like, trust me, me too. Then I look at the cop that was being rude to me the whole time, and I'm like, sorry that we, like, wasted your time, but just know I was not the one meeting people online. He goes, well, you should never meet people online. I'm like, okay, my boyfriend's over here, bye. Like, so then I remember just, like, being so freaked out by the whole thing, because it's like, I was literally just accused of killing someone who we could not find. Like, if he hadn't gone home, if something had happened to him, I would be in jail. Fantastic. Me in jail. The people that, like, were part of this kid's family, they wrote down my license plate number, like the make and model of my truck, and they said, I hope you never feel safe again because we'll always be able to find you. I feel like as angry and upset as you could be, like as crazy as your emotions are going to get, like you don't threaten to then kill someone and their entire family and then start calling people in your family to come back you up and killing me. So long story short, I did not kill this dude, but I was with the cops for several hours because they thought I did kill him with the help of my friend. So hopefully this story time, I kind of did this story some justice because it was probably one of the craziest nights of my life. But didn't kill anyone, did end up dying, so life is good. But they literally thought I was going to end up going to jail for murder. Yeah, the sun is now setting, so my lighting's starting to get weird. So I'll see you guys in my next video. If you want to see more story times, let me know because, like I said, 21-year-old me got really drunk on New Year's and started telling everyone my crazy stories. And I've kind of like forgotten some of them. So now that I'm talking about them more after a few drinks, I'm like, let's share it the internet. But I hope you guys had a great New Year's, and I hope I'll see you in my next video.